Friend, let me tell you something I wish someone had hollered at me years ago. Sitting too dang much can shrink your brain after 70. And no, I ain't exaggerating like when I said I once beat Arnold Schwarzenegger at arm wrestling. That was a dream, but a vivid one. I'm Paul Walker, 80 years old, been through 2 wars, one in Vietnam and the other with my recliner. That recliner nearly killed me, friend. And before you laugh, yes, the one with cup holders and massage functions, I love that chair like some folks love their pets. But guess what? That beautiful death trap almost took my brain before my heart. Now listen here, because this ain't no joke. Sitting too long after 70 isn't just bad for your back or your knees, it starts eating at your mind, your memory, your ability to recall where you left your glasses, even if they're on your head. So let me walk you through the whole story, friend. Sit back, but not too long, you hear me? I used to think I was invincible. After retirement at 65, I figured I earned the right to sit, rest, relax, and watch every Western ever made on TV. My morning walk turned into a morning wobble from the fridge to the couch. I'd say, I'll stretch tomorrow, and tomorrow would say, not today, old man. 1 year passed, then 5, and then came the fog. I started forgetting birthdays, names. I'd walk into a room and stand there like a confused goat, not knowing why I came in. I thought maybe it was just old age creeping in. But my buddy Charlie, he was 76 and still sharper than a tack. "You moving around every day, Paul?" he asked one day while we was sitting out on his porch. I shrugged, mostly moving from one seat to another. He gave me this look. You know the one, the "you dang fool" look. Then he said, "Too much sitting messes with your brain. I read that in some health magazine while waiting on my colonoscopy." Classic Charlie. Now here's your first hook, friend. Did you know your brain actually shrinks if you sit too long? I'm not making this up. There are studies. It's called sedentary behavior-induced atrophy. Atrophy is just a fancy word for shriveling like a raisin in the sun. I finally saw a doctor after I forgot my own zip code on a pharmacy form. He ran tests, had me sit through what felt like 1,000 questions, and then he leaned in real serious-like and said, "Paul, your cognitive decline is consistent with extended sedentary behavior. At your age, your brain needs movement like it needs oxygen." That hit me hard. It's not just a stiff back we're talking about. It's losing myself. So what did I do? Well, first I cried. Yep, even tough old birds like me cry when we realize we've been ignoring the warning signs. Then I dusted off my sneakers, the ones I hadn't worn since Obama's first term. I started small, 10 minutes a day, walking circles around my garden. Felt like running a marathon with bricks in my shoes. But I stuck with it. And friend, let me tell you, within weeks I felt the difference. My memory got sharper. I started remembering my neighbors' names again. And best part, I felt alive again. Not just breathing, but living. Quick fact to grab you. Studies from UCLA and other brain institutes show older adults who are inactive have thinner regions of the brain linked to memory. Thinner brain equals bigger problems. You don't want to be 80 and forget your wife's name. Trust me, I've been there. Nearly called her Margaret once. Her name's Linda. Margaret was my ex. That night I slept with one eye open and the frying pan missing from the kitchen. Now friend, if you're still with me, I want you to do 3 things for me real quick. Like this video so more folks get the message before it's too late. Leave a comment if you've been sitting a little too much yourself. Don't be shy, we're all in this together. And subscribe to the channel, because I'm just getting started. We got more laughs, stories, and life-saving tips coming your way. Ain't nothing better than growing older, smarter. Now let's talk solutions. I didn't suddenly become a gym rat. Heck, if I lifted weights now, I'd probably fart and sneeze at the same time and dislocate a hip. What I did was simple: practical stuff that I want you to try. 1. Get up every 30 minutes, even if it's just to stretch your arms or walk to the kitchen. And no, not for cookies. 2. Dance while you cook. Ain't talking about salsa, unless you know how. Just sway to the music. Move your feet. Movement is medicine. 3. Walk after meals. 10 minutes of walking can boost digestion and memory. 4. Get a standing desk if you use the computer, or stack up some books like I do. Turn your old Bible into a backsaver. Every bit helps. Your brain is like a sponge. Stop squeezing it dry by sitting around all day. Another thing, I started volunteering. Yep, I help run a community garden for seniors now. Not only does it keep me moving, but it gives me purpose. Purpose is powerful, friend. It'll do more for your brain than any crossword puzzle ever could. Oh, and here's a laugh for you. I tried yoga once, just once, got stuck halfway into a downward dog and needed my neighbor Larry to pull me upright like a busted lawn chair. But I ain't ashamed. I tried. And that's the key. Try. Let me hit you with a brain grenade. People over 70 who sit for more than 8 hours a day have a 2 times higher risk of developing dementia. 2 times. That's like gambling with your memories. You want to forget your wedding day? Your grandkids' laugh? Your first love? I sure as heck don't. You ever wonder why old folks in blue zones, those places where people live past 100, stay sharp? They move. They don't sit in recliners all day. They garden, walk, sweep, laugh, dance. Even their arguments involve hand gestures and stomping feet. Friend, I'm telling you this because I care. You don't want to wait until you're like I was, lost in your own house, scared because you can't remember where you parked or what day it is. Movement isn't just about muscles. It's about memory. It's about staying you. Now let's pause right here, because in the next half, I'll tell you about the one big scare that truly changed my brain forever, and how my little morning routine now keeps me sharper than a tack. And yes, still occasionally forgetting where my glasses are, but hey, at least I remember I wear glasses. Now stretch those legs for a second, friend. Go fill that water bottle. Walk a few laps around the living room. I'll be right here when you get back, ready to tell you how my near fall in the kitchen led me to a revelation that saved my life.
All right, friend, you back? Good. I knew you would be. See, that's the spirit that'll keep you young. Not just moving your legs, but moving your mind. Now let's pick up where I left off. It happened one chilly morning, around 7 a.m. I was fixing myself some tea, because coffee after 70 makes my heart beat like a bongo drum. Anyway, I bent down to grab the honey, and bam! I lost my balance. I slipped on a kitchen rug and landed right on my behind. Not a dramatic fall like in the movies, more like a slow-motion plop. But the scary part wasn't the fall itself. It was what happened after. I just laid there for almost 15 minutes. Not because I was in pain, but because I was confused. My mind just went blank. I forgot why I was in the kitchen. I forgot what day it was. Heck, I even forgot I had already had breakfast. And that, friend, was the moment I realized this wasn't just forgetfulness. This was a warning. My brain was yelling, "Paul, we're sinking here. Throw us a rope." So I made a vow to myself. No more lazy days in the chair. No more hours lost to TV marathons. No more excuses. My brain was precious. My memories, irreplaceable. You know what I did first? I got myself a little glass jar, and every morning I write one memory I'm grateful for and drop it in. I call it my brain jar. Every week I pull out a slip, read it aloud, and relive that moment. It keeps me anchored. Try it, friend. It's like a time machine for the heart. But writing ain't enough. Movement is the medicine. So here's my new routine that's keeping me sharp as a garden hoe. Morning movement ritual, the Paul Walker Brain Boost. 1. Stretch before you step. Before I even roll out of bed, I stretch my arms and legs for 5 minutes. Gets the blood flowing to the old noggin. 2. Sunshine walk. I walk out to my porch, lift my arms to the sky like I'm receiving a blessing, and just soak in the sunlight. Vitamin D, baby. It's a brain's best buddy. 3. Memory march. I march in place while listing 5 family members' birthdays, and sometimes I cheat and use my dog's birthday. Shh. 4. Water and wiggle. I drink a glass of water, then I dance around like no one's watching, because no one is. Except that one time the mailman caught me. He still greets me with a shimmy. Here's something wild, friend. Did you know that every 30 minutes of daily movement is like pressing a pause button on your brain's aging clock? That's science talk from Harvard, not just me rambling. Now let me tell you about my neighbor, old Jerry. He's 74, retired teacher, brilliant fella, but he loved his recliner more than life itself. Sat in that chair so much it developed a Paul Walker-sized dent. I warned him. I said, "Jerry, buddy, if you sit any longer, you'll turn into one of those garden gnomes." He laughed. Ain't nothing wrong with resting, Paul. Fast forward 2 years, Jerry started forgetting things. Then came the dementia diagnosis. It broke my heart. And what's worse, he said, "I thought I had more time." Time, friend, is a sneaky little thing. It don't tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, your brain's leaking." It just quietly slips away, taking your memories with it, while you sit still thinking you're fine. So I made it my mission, not just to move my butt, but to get other seniors moving too. I started a group called Brainy Bodies. It's a silly name, I know, but we meet at the park 3 times a week. We walk, we stretch, we laugh, we dance to old Elvis tracks, even had a limbo contest once until Mildred nearly knocked her dentures out. We even made t-shirts. Mine says, "Sittin' ain't livin'." Ain't that the truth? Now here's something I want you to burn into your memory. Movement is the cheapest, safest, and most effective brain medicine on the market. And it comes without side effects, unless you count occasional growing pains or a slightly bruised ego when you try to do jumping jacks and your pants fall down. Yep, that happened, twice. Now let's not forget the mental benefits either. Movement helps increase blood flow to your brain, strengthen your hippocampus, that's your memory center, elevate your mood, lower your risk of Alzheimer's by up to 50%. 50%, that's like winning the lottery, friend, except this jackpot is called clarity, joy, and dignity. Now, I know what some of y'all might be thinking, but Paul, I got arthritis, or my knees ain't what they used to be. I hear ya. That's why you move smart. Chair yoga, arm circles while you sit, even just tapping your toes to music. It all counts. Movement doesn't have to mean running marathons. It just means not sitting still like a garden statue. Let me paint you a picture. You at 85, walking through your house, remembering where everything is, laughing at old jokes, telling stories to your grandkids without forgetting the punchline, feeling proud, alive, independent. Now picture the opposite. You confused, forgetful, stuck in the past, depending on others for things you used to do alone. Which one do you want, friend? Me? I choose life. I choose clarity. I choose that wild, beautiful, unforgettable feeling of being present. So I'll leave you with this. Every minute you spend moving is a minute you're investing in your brain. And every time you choose to sit just a little less, you're saying yes to more birthdays, more memories, more of you. I ain't trying to scare you. I'm trying to save you. So get up, wiggle, walk, dance like a fool. Live like your brain depends on it, because it does. And hey, if you made it to the end of my rambling, I want you to comment below with "I choose life," so I know we're in this together. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more coming. More stories, more laughs, and more ways to keep us old folks sharp as a tack. Now, if you'll excuse me, my Brainy Bodies crew is waiting. We're trying hula hooping today. I'll probably throw my back out, but who cares? My brain will be dancing all the way home. Love you, friend. Don't sit this life out.